In this lesson, I want to cover about making your own chords. So first of all, what is a chord? Well, a chord is two or more notes played at the same time, like strumming a guitar or playing a piano. What are notes? Well, they're musical sounds that vary in pitch and are measured in frequencies expressed as waveforms. Now, this next technical bit here, don't get too worried about it. We use an agreed frequency of 440 Hz as a universal point at which to use and match musical instruments. Now, I'll show you that on a piano in a minute. On a piano, this is the A above middle C. We can use these frequencies to give us the 12 notes of Western music expressed as letters as followed, and are called the chromatic scale. But basically, this is what's more important to us. So I've wrote out 1 to 12, and I've got A, B, C, D, E, F, G there, and in between I've got the A sharp, B flat, C sharp, D flat, and so forth, as you can see. Now below, I've drawn these circled ones, and they're called enharmonic equivalents. These are like the black notes on the piano. Now, I've wrote here the green equals sharpened or raised in pitch, so the A there, A sharp, is raised, and that represents lowered. Now, on the piano, this is what it would look like. We've got A, B, C, D, E, F, G there on the white notes, but in between we've got the black notes, so the A sharp, B flat, and this one is C sharp, D flat, and so forth, as you can see. Now let's have a look on the piano for this. So let's go to A. Oh, better switch it on. Oh, hang on, sorry. It was switched on, but there was no sound. Whatever. No sound. Just bear with me a minute. Okay, we're back now. I had the headphones plugged in. So we've got A here. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then we're back to A, B, C, okay? So the enharmonic equivalents are these black notes. So all we want is 12 notes in Western music. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, okay? And then we're back to the beginning. So we've got we've got the A there, and then we've got A sharp, B flat, okay? We've got a C sharp, D flat, and there's a D sharp, E flat, and then we've got F sharp, G flat, and the last one, G sharp, A flat. Now on this piano keyboard, this is my middle C, and that 440 Hz, A above middle C is here. So this is used as a reference point for musical instruments to be tuned together so you're all sound in tune. So what we're going to do now, we're going to use the guitar and the piano. So first of all, we're not going to start on A, we're actually going to start on C, because this is the major scale. So if we go, what I mean by major scale is this, look, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. We're back to C again there, okay? Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Okay, so that's the major scale, that's what it sounds like. And it's gone through this tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone, okay? So watch, tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone, okay? That's the major scale. So what we want to make a chord, these are just individual notes, okay? So if I play that and that together, so that's a chord now, and that's, if you play them three together, that's the C chord, made up of C, E, G. Okay, C, D, E, F, G. 1, 3, 5. Okay? And if we use that same principle of the 1, 3, 5, and we start with, we'll call this one here, we'll call this F1, 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's an F chord. So we've got that C chord, we've got an F chord, and let's call this G1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So we've got C, F, G chord. Now what I want to show you is how to make your own chords on the guitar. Now, with the piano, we've just got the visual linear set out here, so it's much easier to see how chords are made. Whereas on the guitar, it's much more complicated because the octaves kind of overlap across the guitar and up and down the guitar. So let's just have a quick recap on that. So we've got the 12 notes of Western music: A sharp, B flat, B, C, C sharp, D flat, D, D sharp, E flat, E, F, F sharp, G flat, G, G sharp, A flat, A. Okay, that's the 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They call it a chromatic scale. I don't particularly like the word scale, it's just a chromatic run to me. A scale is where you use a particular pattern like the major scale. That's created from the tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. And we can start at any point. We could have started there. So we could go tone, tone, tone. So we've got a C sharp on that. So watch. Tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. So we've ended up with some sharps if we go from A to A, whereas if we go from C to C with that tone, tone, semitone, we don't end up with any of these black notes pressed down. So I hope that kind of explains it, depending where we start from, A to A. If we do the 12 notes chromatic scale, it's not a scale, it's just a run. But if we go tone, tone, semitone, that creates a major scale. And if you start on C to C and do the tone, tone, semitone, again we'll create the C major scale, which we did them chords from. C, F, G, and we use the 1, 3, 5. We call that 1, 3, 5, and we call that 1, 3, 5. So we end up with 3 chords there. We can have them in between as well. Let's start on there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got the D minor. That's a D minor chord. That one would be E minor chord. Okay, and so forth. So how would these chords be created on the guitar? Well, I'll tell you what we'll look at first of all. From that particular point in the note right down to the bridge here, the whole length of them strings. So we've got 6 strings. If you pluck them open, that's called E, A, D, G, B, E. I'm not sure if the guitar's in tune, but let's not bother about that at the minute. Now, from that point there to that point, full length, if we come down to the 12th fret, which is generally got 2 dots here, so it's there, that's actually like splitting the string in half. That's a halfway point. Now, as we plug that, we've got a thicker string here, the low bass string E. Now, the shorter the string, the higher the pitch. For example, if I press it there, hang on, and the further I go up, I'll hold it like this. If I press it there and press it, okay, okay. It applies to all the strings. If I press this thin one here, pluck it, there. Okay, so the shorter the string, the higher the pitch it goes. And we have a particular what's called a timbre, which is this the nuances within the particular note of the string. Now, of course, we've got the thickness of the string and the tension of the string and the environment in which we're in. They all affect the sound of the musical instrument string being plucked. Now, this first string, E, if it's plucked open, it's E. Now, if you press it at the first fret here, it becomes an F. We move up here, F sharp, and then there, G, G sharp, A sharp, B, C, and so forth. It's the same for all the rest of them. We shorten the string, it raises the pitch, and gives us individual notes. Okay, so how are we going to make a chord? Well, let's make a C chord. That's fairly straightforward. Well, I tell you what, before we go there, let's have a look at this 5th string. So we've got, the strings are numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 is the thickest one. So let's go to the 5th string, because that's called an A. And we'll show you the chromatic scale. So A is open, just pluck it open anywhere. So if I press it down here, it becomes an A sharp. Press it down there. B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A. And if you notice, we're now on the 12th fret and it just repeats again. That's the chromatic scale, the chromatic run. Now, to create a chord of C from that C scale we talked about earlier on the piano, we want the 1, 3, 5, which is C, D, E, F, G. So we've got C, D, E, F, G. Then 3 notes. So let's start with this first one. Do we want it as an open string? No. Do we want it as an F? No. F sharp, G. Oh, it's okay, C, E, G, so it's a G, but we don't want that to be the first note. So we can either press that down, it'll become a different chord, but we'll ignore this first string. Let's go to this 5th string. So it's, what is it open? A, press down, it's A sharp, B, C. Oh, now we'll have that one, because we want C, E, or G. So our first note's going to be there. Let's go to the 4th string. So we've got, let's remember what the strings are called. E, A, D. So we've got D, D sharp, E. Well, now we'll have that. It's fine there. Look at the 2nd fret here. So we've got 1 press there, 1 press there. We'll ignore the first one. So we've got C, we've got D, D sharp, E in there. So we've got a C and an E. And let's have a look at this 3rd string. So what's that 3rd string? If you, as a reminder, elephants and dogs grow big ears. So it's a G. We could use it open. In fact, we're going to use it open. So we'll leave that just open, plucked as it is. And let's go to the 2nd string. Remember, elephants and dogs grow big. So it's a B. So we don't want to be, if you press it down the 1st fret, it's a C. So we've got, that's fine, we'll have that. And then the last string, E. So do we want an E? Yeah, we can play that open. So we're leaving this one open. We're pressing that one down at the 1st fret for string 2. We're leaving that one open, this 3rd string. And then here, we're going to press it here. So we've got D, D sharp, E. Press there at the 2nd fret. And then the 5th string, which is A sharp, B, C. We've got that one there. So in effect, we're pressing that one down to the 3rd fret. Okay, there. That one down and that one down. And then we can mute the 6th string where my thumb is here. Just mute that or don't play it. And we're going to play that bottom string open and the 3rd string open there. Yeah, so I can't do it because I'm holding the camera. But strumming them all together will make a C chord.